Hello guys, after a long time I'm recording a video for my channel. In this video we are going to discuss about Microsoft Azure and its basic architecture or layout. And if you can see my screen, I have drawn a little bit simple architecture. I know I'm not a very good painter and my drawing skill is very bad. I know that, but I just wanted to portray a architecture which I understand. Now, on top of the picture, if you see, there is Microsoft Azure, or once you sign up with Microsoft, it is basically creating one Active Directory or login principle for your account. Let's say the top one is simple Microsoft Azure account, and this is your account. In your account you can have multiple subscriptions, like let's say you have one subscription for business unit 1, one subscription for business unit 2. You might have several different business units, so it is better idea to separate out the business units with different Azure subscriptions. So let's say we do have 2 business units and we want to set the billing account separately, so that there is no confusion for billing for unit 1 and unit 2. There can be separate business units, and in simplistic word they will be paying differently. And in one subscription we can have multiple resource group. What is resource group? It is nothing but a logical container which groups multiple resources together. And if you ask me what is the benefit of this, benefit can be multiple. Let's say you want to separate out different workloads like dev, UAT, prod, something like that, or you can have DC DR environment into a same subscription, like billing would be same for these 2 resource groups, but you want to separate out the workloads for any reason. In that case you can do that. And as I shown here, here are 3 resources for sample. There can be n number of resources into one resource group, and another subscription also have 2 resource group as shown in the picture, and there can be n number of resources. So this is a simple architecture. Just to summarize the thing, there will be one simple Azure account or organization. Under the organization you will be having different subscription. Under subscription there will be logical grouping of resources, that is Azure resource groups, and under a resource group you will be having multiple resources. Now what we will be doing, we will be creating one resource group. After that we will be just deploying one Linux VM into that resource group, and we will try to SSH into that virtual machine. So now let us check everything from the console. First, what you have to do, you have to just go to portal.azure.com, log in with your credential. If you do not have your account, you just have to sign up. You might get 1 month free trial, and after that you can convert it to pay as you go. All you need is a credit card. Yeah, money matters. So now, as I have told, on top there will be one organization. As soon as you sign up, there will be a default organization. So it can be seen under Azure Active Directory. If I go to my directory, there will be some details over there, and if you see, it shows something like sumnathdasllive.onmicrosoft.com, because this domain is managed by Microsoft but not by me. If I do want to map to any other custom domain, let's say xyz.com, I can do so. In some other video I'll try to cover that, but in this video I just want to show the basic things. Now if I go home page, there can be multiple options. So as I shown over here, under a organization there can be multiple subscription. If I click on subscriptions, I do have 2 subscription in my account. So any of either accounts or subscription I can choose. If I go to the subscription, there can be multiple options, tags, cost management, and all of those things. Just to make it simple, we will be going to resource groups. If I click on resource groups, ignore about the older resource groups. I did some R&D over here. If I click on add, then I can create a new resource group. Now all you have to do is you have to put a name. Let's say this is test RG for resource group. You have to choose one as your region. Let's say I choose Southeast Asia, which is actually Singapore. After that, you can provide tags. Tags are nothing but simple key value pair. Here I can just simply put as department, DAPT as IT. Later onwards, I can create a custom script and I can just filter out what are the resources or resource group are present for IT that I can do. This is not a mandatory thing, but it is a better idea to tag the resources so that in future you can identify the resources very easily. Click on review and create. It will just do the validation. If everything is fine, it will be creating the resource group under the subscription which we have selected. I'll just fast forward. Now my resource group is created, which is test RG. Now it is time to just deploy a VM very quickly. I'll just go into the resource group. It is now empty. There is no resources as of now. If you see no resources to display. To add a resource under a resource group, just click on add button over here. Then it will list out all the possible resources which Microsoft Azure provides. And let's say I want to take Ubuntu 18.04 LTS. I just click over the Ubuntu server. It will take me to the next page. Yeah, if you can see, already subscription and resource group is selected. I have to provide a name for the virtual machine. Let's say this is test VM. It will just do the validation. It is better idea to keep the region as same as the resource group. If I can find it, South, or you can just type it, Southeast Asia. Where is it? Yes. Finally, availability options. You can put it into a availability set or zone. I'm not bothering about this as of now. The image is selected. The size is a little bit bigger. I want to take some smaller size just for demo purpose. I can click on change size, and this is just a VM size you can choose. If you can see, there are n number of options available. I'll just stick to a smaller one, which is 1 CPU and 1 GB RAM. Just click on that, click on select. That is selected. As it is one Ubuntu, that is Linux image or Linux server, you can have your own SSH public key. I'll just go with simple password. Let's say username is something, password is something. I'll just quickly type it. Retype the same password in next field. Password do not match. Yeah, that was a mistype. Now I just want to open the SSH port because this is a Linux server. This is not a good idea to open or allow the entire internet to SSH into it, but it is a demo. It is absolutely fine with me. So now we can ignore the warning which Azure is prompting over here. Next step is select the disk which you want to attach to the VM. Click on next disks. By default it is taking 30 GB, it is fine. I can move to standard SSD or standard HDD. Let's move to standard SSD. Encryption can be default, which is managed by Azure, or you can have your own customer managed keys. You can bring your own encryption keys. That is very much fine. If you want to attach any other disk, which is logical unit number or LUN, you can do so. Just click on create and you can attach a new disk. That is very much possible, but I'm not just going to do that. I'm fine with only boot disk, which is 30 GB. Now next click on networking. As in this resource group I do not have any virtual network, it is going to create a new virtual network with a default IP address. As of now I'm fine with this, because in my next subsequent videos we can create a virtual network subnets manually, then deploy a VM on top of this. But let's keep that for another video. Network security group, I'm just putting it basic or allow SSH. Everything is fine. No accelerated networking or load balancing is not required as of now. Click on management. Management is basically what are the logs you want to capture. You can capture boot diagnostic. It will just create a new storage account, Microsoft storage account. I'm not going to do that. It can be done later onwards by editing the virtual machine settings also. Next, go to advanced. Here you can put your own initialization or bash scripts. If you want to do something whenever the VM is restarted or started for the first time, you can do so. I'm not going to do that as of now. I'm just going with the default value. In later videos we can discuss more in details. Here if you can see, next step is tags. I can put any tag like same department IT and review and create. It will just review all the settings or input fields which we have provided. It will just provide you the pay as you go cost as well for this VM, and the warning as well as SSH is open to the whole internet and all of those things which we have already selected. Now you have to just create, or you have to just click on create button. That's all it takes. The task has submitted. It will take some time. Meanwhile, I can pause the video. Once it is deployed, we can try to SSH into it. Still the deployment is underway. Let's wait for a few minutes. Now, as you can see, the deployment is complete. Just we can go to the resource group from the home screen itself. The resource group is listed over here. Now, what are the resources it created as part of the deployment? The virtual network, because without a network, how can you deploy a VM or anything which requires an IP address? Under that, it just created the VM, public IP address, and a default security group which we have selected, a network interface card which is NIC port, and the OS disk. And we can go manually to the NSG just to see which rule has been applied on this VM. If you see, SSH is allowed on port 22, protocol is TCP, source is any, it can be accessed from anywhere, and destination is also any, which is not a good idea by the way. Go back to the resource group, go to the VM. It will just list out the basic details like public IP address, private IP address, a name, its version, OS version, the size of the VM, and all of those things. There are multiple options like alerts. You can see matrices like network in out, disk operations matrices. You can choose your matrix, but let's just focus on the SSH part. We can copy the public IP address because we are not having any VPN or direct connectivity to the Azure. So let's just take the public IP address. There is a simple or nice little copy button. Click on that. Once it is copied, now to SSH into the VM, I need putty, if I can find it. Yeah, here you go. Putty is here. I'll just paste the IP address. Default port is fine, 22, and click on yes. I know my username and my password also. If everything is fine, I can log in into the VM. Yes, login is successful. So by following the simple steps over Azure portal, we can easily create a virtual machine. In my next videos, I'll try to cover virtual network part. We can create manually virtual network subnets, and on top of those, we can deploy a virtual machine. Now, if you want to delete the virtual machine, that is very much possible. Just click on delete. It will ask for your confirmation. Yeah, click on yes. It will just try to delete. It takes some time to delete the virtual machine. So that's all. You can delete even the entire resource group if you want. If you click on delete resource group, it will just ask for the resource group name, which is test RG, and I can click on delete. The entire resource group can be deleted because it is pay as you go, and you all have to do is delete of everything after your test or R&D, whatever you say. Thank you for watching this video. Stay safe in this difficult situation, and please let me know your thoughts on this video in the comment section below.